My dad was the consummate stoic Swede, zero emotional expression. He neither got mad nor expressed affection. I don't remember hugs or kisses or even an I love you, yet I never doubted that love. It wasn't until years after his death and I had children of my own that I realized that Dad expressed his intimacy with my brother and I as we wrestled on the living room floor. And that's precisely what happens in today's chapter of the Jacob saga. God invites Jacob to come wrestle with him. It is a critical point in the story. Jacob has come home. For the first time since he screwed his brother Esau out of his birthright and blessing, Jacob will confront his older brother. He comes back a wealthy and powerful man, but still that encounter is uncertain. So Jacob sends his family and his flocks ahead of him in a demonstration of his prestige and power. But he himself remains on this side of the Jabbok, where in the middle of the night he is engaged by a stranger in a wrestling match, and they tussle all night long with no one seeming to gain advantage over the other. It is near dawn, and Jacob seeks an advantage. He seeks the name of the stranger and a blessing. This may seem rather presumptuous and audacious speech, because by this point in the story, we've figured out that the stranger is God, even though Jacob will take a little more time. But this speech, this encounter, is very common in Hebrew scripture. It is called the lament. It is a no holds barred, frank, in your face to face encounter with God. It is an invitation to bring all that is burdening our hearts, our minds, our souls, and to wrestle with God, that they might be blessed and transformed. It is to come to God with our anger, even our rage, our frustrations, our fears, our tears, our confusion, our disappointments, our broken dreams, our grief, and to allow them to be changed as we wrestle with God, as we seek to find not answers to why, but rather the strength and the courage to go on. And the results can be astounding. As many of you know, I'm a professional woodcarver in my spare time. I used to have spare time. But there is a point in every carving I've ever done when the wood and I engage in a wrestling match. For whatever reason, the wood will not allow me to easily do what I want to do. And so we come to a moment of confrontation. I can impose my will upon the wood. I have the strength, I have the tools to do what I want to do. But I can tell you in advance what will happen. I will lop a body part off, or I will split the wood. In either case, the carving will be ruined. Or I can allow the wood and I to engage in an exploration and figure out what the wood wants me to do. And 9 times out of 10, what is produced is far more pleasing, far more interesting, and far more beautiful than what I first intended. Jacob is transformed in his wrestling with God. He has come Jacob the dirty, rotten scoundrel. But he will leave in the morning with a new name, Israel, and a renewed blessing, the father of a great nation. God invites us in these uncertain times to come and wrestle for a while, that we might bring all that burdens us to him, that it and we may be transformed into a new life, into a new future. But just one word of warning. We may wake up in this new life walking just a little differently. Here in this place the new light is streaming. Now is the darkness vanished away. See in this space our fears and our dreamings, brought here to you in the light of the day. Gather us in, the lost and forsaken. Gather us in, the blind and the lame. Call to us now, and we shall awaken. We shall arise at the sound of our name. We are the young, our lives are a mystery. We are the old who yearn for your face. We have been sung throughout all of history, called to be light to the whole human race. Gather us in, the rich and the haughty. Gather us in, the proud and the strong. Give us a heart so meek and so lowly. Give us the courage to enter the song. Not in the dark of buildings confining, not in some heaven light years away. Here in this place the new light is shining. Now is the kingdom, now is the day. Gather us in and hold us forever. Gather us in and make us your own. Gather us in, all people together, fire of love in our flesh and our bones.